Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. I'm on the PTR right now checking out the massive changes that Blizzard has made to D.Va and Mercy. So let's start with D.Va. She has a brand new ability. It's called Micro Missiles. It's not actually what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I was imagining something a little bit more like Pharah, but no, this is what it looks like. So there you go. It fires alternating missiles from the left and from the right. As soon as it comes back up again, I'll show you how much damage it can do on this little training bot here. So it can do quite a bit of damage. That's 216 damage if you manage to hit every single one of them. So again, I was thinking it was going to be a lot more spread out, but it's not. So that means you can actually kind of like aim at one target and then shift it to another target and stuff. So that's pretty good. That's actually quite good. There also seems to be some sort of bug on the PTR right now. Whatever you, I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, let me show you some other things. You can now shoot while boosting. So we're gonna go up. You can shoot while boosting. You can also fire the missiles. I mean, you can do like pretty much everything at the same time except defense matrix. So let me show you this. So I'm gonna boost. I'm gonna shoot and fire the missiles. So that is a lot of damage that you can put into somebody when you're chasing after him. So let me see if I can aim on this guy right here. We're going to boost into him, fire those missiles. Now, there is like a half-a second delay when you activate the micro missiles. So, ready? Yeah, you're toast. You can, wow, you can just nuke someone so fast if you're going after him like that. Ready? Oh yeah, you're just gonna nuke people. Imagine that was like a support or an enemy DPS or something. They're just done. They're just toast. So now here's the thing though. Like, what if it's an enemy DPS? All right, well, you start with this, and then you micro missiles as soon as you get to them or something. Or actually, you could activate the micro missiles first and then go into your defense matrix. So ready? And they're just done. Like, you can now attack while you're using your defense matrix. Like, that is crazy. Look at this. So, that is insane, guys. This is such a massive damage buff to D.Va. It is crazy. Now, I honestly don't know where D.Va is going to be, like, in terms of strength, because there are a lot of characters that can do DPS, but D.Va's old role was the tank, but, you know, you can defense matrix a little bit here. You get 2 full seconds worth of defense matrix. It takes 10 seconds to actually recharge it. But you still have it a little bit. So if, like, you see a missile coming at you, you can just, like, boop, and take it out. You gotta wait for that 1 second cooldown. Boop, take it out. That sort of deal. I think because of this reduced time, I actually think they should like get rid of the little 1 second cooldown thing that you have in between them. So that's D.Va, guys. That is crazy. That is insane amounts of damage right there. So next up is Mercy. She got some really big changes, a full redesign, and people are incredibly divided on this. They either love it or they absolutely hate it. And Blizzard's reasoning for making these changes was because they didn't like the way that the character was being played. They didn't like the fact that you had to try to heal your teammates until you got your ultimate, and then once you got your ult, you would just run away and hide. You would sit in a corner and wait. You wouldn't heal any of your teammates, you wouldn't damage amp any of them, you wouldn't even try to do damage to the enemy. You would just sit there and wait until your teammates died. And then once they did, you would swoop in and res everybody and the fight would continue. Now, if you're on the enemy team, it was also really frustrating because basically you would use several ultimates, kill 4 or 5 of the enemy, and then Mercy would just swoop in, res everybody back to full health, and it was very frustrating. They didn't like that. So that's what these changes are trying to deal with. Alright, so let's go through all of the new stuff with Mercy. So the first thing you're going to notice is that her ultimate is no longer Resurrect. Resurrect is now a normal ability. Now, there was a bunch of changes made to it. It doesn't affect everybody. It only affects one target. Also, the radius was really, really shrunk down. It's only 5 meters now, and it's on a 30-second cooldown. So let me show you. once this bot dies, so you move in. Oh, by the way, you also see the icon, it changes. It's no longer just a skull. So you come in, you get that single res, and then it's on a 30-second cooldown. Now, I know that this isn't nearly as good as her old Resurrect, but obviously since it's a normal ability, you can't have it do the same thing. It would just be way too overpowered. But now what this allows you to do is when you're in a fight, if your main DPS or your main tank dies, you can just instantly resurrect them and put them back in the fight. So it's kind of like turning a 6v6 fight almost into a 7 versus 6 fight. Because like as soon as they drop, you can instantly bring them back. And that is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Now, another thing is that you no longer have invulnerability when you use it. So you can't just like swoop in, use your res, and expect to be completely immune. Like, if they see you swooping in for that res, they might just shoot you down and take you out real quick. Alright, so since Resurrect is no longer her ultimate, what does she have in its place? It's called Valkyrie, and it essentially supercharges everything that Mercy can do. So there's a ton of stuff attached to it, so let's start going through it. So Valkyrie unleashes the full power of Mercy's Valkyrie suit, enhancing her weapons and abilities for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is an eternity in an Overwatch fight. So first up is her healing staff. Mercy's healing and damage boost beams now affect all allies near the targeted teammate. And the staff's effective range has been extended. Basically, you can now heal or damage boost from really far away, and anybody that's near it basically gives an AoE. So everybody that's near it gets healed or damage boost. It's crazy powerful. So next up is her blaster. It grants infinite ammo while simultaneously increasing damage and fire rate. Now, this probably isn't going to be used all that much. I mean, it's really good when you need it, but if you're thinking about trying to, like, chain Mercy's ultimates, where you use the ultimate and then do a lot of damage to rebuild your ult and then use it again, you can't do that. You cannot build your ultimate while you're using it, so you cannot chain them. Next up is Resurrect. Cooldown is instantly reset when Valkyrie is activated and reduced to 10 seconds after the initial cast. So basically what you can do is you can resurrect someone, pop your ult, and then instantly res a second person. Then 10 seconds later you can res a third person, and then 10 seconds after that you can res a fourth person. So it seems like the optimal timing for your ultimate is when you have two teammates that just died. So you're gonna res one, ult, res the other one, and then if a third person dies, you can res them, and then if another person dies, you can res them as well. This does mean that they're going to have to change the achievement for Mercy, because it's no longer possible to res 4 people all at once. Next up is Hover. Mercy gains the ability to fly freely at increased movement speed. So this is just what it sounds like. You pop your ult, and then you can basically move anywhere you want, and you move really fast. So the next thing is Guardian Angel. This isn't quite as necessary anymore because you're literally just flying wherever you want. But for Guardian Angel, it says increased range and movement speed. And when they say increased range, yes, this is like ridiculous. You can practically be on the other side of the map and now Guardian Angel to someone. And the last thing is Regeneration, no longer interrupted when Mercy takes damage. So when you're normally running around, if you start getting hit, then your regen just stops. But now it just keeps trucking, and it just keeps going and going, and this is actually going to make killing Mercy in the air while she's ulting a little bit more difficult because she's going to constantly be regenerating. So it's not like you can just have a soldier take off a couple of pop shots and knock her out of the sky when she's up there, because she's going to be constantly healing herself the entire time. So there you have it, guys. Those are the changes for D.Va and Mercy. If you want to try it out, you can jump on the PTR. You have to go to your Battle.net launcher, change your region from Americas or Europe or whatever to the public test realm, download the PTR client, and then you can play it for yourself. What do you guys think about all of these changes? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the awesome new content. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.